What's up, YouTube? We back at it. It's Sunday night. I got glasses on. This is what happens at nighttime. Contacts come out. Zach lets loose a little bit. A little bored. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. It's Mother's Day. I called my mom, but she's not in this town. But I am lucky to have her on this earth. When I get bored, I watch some Ren. I haven't seen this one. It's old. If you're new to my channel, do me a favor, throw me a like, comment if you'd like, and subscribe. Subscribe helps out the channel, helps me out, and anything else. I just sort of picked some random Ren stuff that I didn't recognize that I didn't do. It's probably older, so it's Genesis. So Genesis, I think by definition, the beginning of something, right? Biblically, it's Genesis. It's like in the beginning. God created the heaven and earth or whatever. I'm not biblical at all, so I think that's right though. I could be wrong. If I'm not mistaken, also a rock band from back in the day with Peter Gabriel, British rock band. Not sure if that plays into this at all, but let's check out Ren and Genesis. Suggested animal flow. Saw it.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind is drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. Yeah, so this is going back to, this. So he's getting back into this. He sings about his mental health a lot, so I'm assuming that's where this is going.
Definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health. I'm put on life support, I've been put up on a higher shelf.
I put on life support, I've been put up on a higher shelf. Interesting. So I put on life support, so I'm dependent on on something to keep me going, but I'm put on a higher shelf, and maybe those things that aren't necessarily reaching me. So it's putting him in a tough spot. Right, because it's tough to reach the higher shelf.
With my
also, fish and chips, not a big thing here in the States. You have to go to specific places that are British themed pubs, European. But to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of the big old steak fries. They're like big old tater tots. I like thinner fries. So if I were to eat fish and chips, fish is great, and the vinegar on it. That's something I just learned about like not too long ago, but delicious. Completely off topic. We do, I'm in the Southwest right here. We do like carne asada fries and shit like that. Boom.
Mental health, I'm put on life support. I've been put up on a higher shelf. My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting.
My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. That's like saying it's missing something, right? So you got the cake, it doesn't have icing, but I actually I don't like icing at all. I prefer my cake, just the bread part of it. Maybe I'm weird, but I get where he's going there.
My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane.
These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane. So he sings these verses and he puts it in writing, and he's a poet in a sense. He just verbalizes it through music. He is a poet. But it's meant to keep him sane. So this is like, whether he does this on his own or he was told, like, if this is what keeps you sane, then continue to do so.
This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane. I don't know if they're working. Cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery. What's an anomaly? Sometimes it's riches.
Hold on a second. He just sped that up real quick and I missed something.
Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery. What's an anomaly? Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty.
Life is a lottery. It's an anomaly. Sometimes it's riches, sometimes it's poverty. Okay, true.
Maybe it's cause life is a lottery. What's an anomaly? Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy. Begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. Honestly,
begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. So that's so when he was just talking about, the brain and whatever, that's where I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they do those anymore. Back to the mental health thing, they used to perform surgeries where they do like an incision, I think, in the frontal cortex lobe. I don't know, whatever the fuck it's called, as a means to sort of combat. It's called a lobotomy. It's essentially, an old school way of doing brain surgery for the mentally ill. I don't think they're done anymore, at least not legally.
Riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy, begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. Honestly, I'ma speak honestly. Honestly, life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been...
Honestly, life is ironically fucking me chronically. It continues to fuck me. And it's ironic that it continues to fuck me.
Surgeon to have a lobotomy. Honestly, I'ma speak honestly. Honestly, life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery.
License to kill myself, call me Connery. We got some James Bond bars. Sean Connery, the best James Bond.
Ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me.
I've been ill. License to Ill. That was an album. That was wasn't that like a Beastie Boys album? I'm not sure he was going there though. But License to Kill, that's a James Bond movie.
License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. Pupils dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. No,
pupils dilate in the dark. People dilate. That's an interesting play on words. So pupils dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark.
Straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. Pupils dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. Never was late for the art. Never was late for the art. Genesis.
He says never was.
In the dark. People dilate in the dark. Never was late for the art. Never was late for the art.
Noah was late for the ark. Okay. Again, I'm not biblical. It's taken like 5 years to build that shit. I know Noah is, and I know he built an ark and the animals, and I didn't know he was late. But if dude spent 5 years fucking building this giant fucking boat to carry every species of animal, I think he's allowed to be a little late to something. I'm just saying. He's probably malnourished. There's not a whole lot. He doesn't eat the animals. So what's he actually eating out there? You can't drink the seawater. It's salty, right? So what do you got rainwater because there's a big storm that came through, right? So he can, I guess he's nourished to some extent. I don't know why I'm breaking apart Noah's Ark right now. I have no idea what Noah did or didn't do.
Genesis, rain in the rain with a star. Genesis, pain in the art. Genesis, aim for the heart. Genesis,
pain in the... Sorry, I'm missing everything.
People dilate in the dark. Never was late for the art. Never was late for the art. Genesis, rain in the rain with a star.
Genesis, rain in the rain when it starts.
It's pain in the art. Genesis, aim for the heart. Genesis.
So Genesis, like I said, by definition, the beginning of something. He's saying Genesis aims straight for the heart. I don't know if he's saying just fucking kill it now type of thing. Like don't even let it begin.
Genesis, aim for the heart. Genesis.
I haven't even talked about like the musicals in this. It's subtle. It's not as like kind of hard hitting like a lot of his stuff. He gets real punchy with when he's like almost like in an angry sense. He's being very poetic with this. It's written like a poem. There's short verses. The rhyme schemes are played out well. There's nothing. I'm gonna have to listen to this through again to break apart more of what he's saying because there's a lot of kind of deeper meaning to this that I'm not gonna catch on the first time. And he goes kind of fast through some of it, but it seems a little bit more toned down than some of the stuff that I've heard, especially recently, like where he's got fucking people killing dead animals everywhere, and like where he's getting like he's like in an insane asylum, and he's I guess from a theatrical aspect, it's just him kind of walking around a city, eating some fucking fish and chips. He's just kind of telling his thoughts. It's more of like kind of laid back Ren in a poetry coffee shop type Ren than some of his newer stuff that I've seen that has not necessarily more production quality or value per se, because he might have done this on purpose, or maybe it is. Maybe they're just putting a little more money into what they're doing now just based on his thoughts, but or maybe this is done on purpose, because it is a little bit older, and this is kind of, sort of the beginning where he sort of started was a lot of street performances. He's on the street right now, so.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons, I've been knocking on the gates of hell. A heretic like a heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. It's pain making my pain waking, it's painstakingly cold. My soul aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control.
My soul ache and my bones break because it was painstakingly cold. So when things are cold, they're brittle, they break. So yeah, it's a lot of just mental health stuff, and you could tell he's in the middle of it because there's not a lot of recovery talk in this. This is what's going on in my head. It's gone all the time. My head is fucking everywhere. He's not really saying like I used to, like some of the newer stuff. He's like, he's like I used to be like this, but now I understand this. Now he's just like I'm kind of just fucked up and everywhere. That's kind of what I'm gathering.
And it's painstakingly cold. My soul aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape around the body shape, put the body in the bag, zip close.
Wrap yellow tape around so basically indicating a dead body, and then zip it closed, just goodbye.
When holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape around the body shape, put the body in the bag, zip close. It's malignant, it's mutating, it's such a sight to behold. Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon.
Tongue is a gun what do you say? Tongue is a gun as a weapon? The words are a weapon, so he uses his words as his weapon. That's his combative tool.
Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon. Reload, blah blah blah. Beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em. Let me take the wheel for a second.
Armageddon, let me take the wheel for a second. Like what he did there.
Reload, blah blah blah. Beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em. Let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with the.
Hold on a second.
Beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em. Let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression.
Hit the hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Shaq was aggressive in his buckets. He didn't do a lot of this when he was hitting buckets, but I see where he's going there.
Beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em. Let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal, succession. Switch swoop, and I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel.
I like these basketball bars.
O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal, succession. Switch swoop, and I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time
is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. That's a great line. Yeah, time is a murderous weapon. We're all battling the clock, but it's also a blessing, right? It's a curse and a blessing because no one likes to get old, but we can't learn shit, we can't experience shit. So the blessing is in the journey with time. The curse is in the battle against time, I guess is what he's saying there.
And for the profession, time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind. It reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and I'm feeding on wine. I find freedom in rhyme to defy my depression. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. No one was late for the art. No one was late for the art. Genesis rain and it rain when it start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
The background, the vocals there, the na 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 na, it almost sounds like kind of like almost like a baby esque. It's like ba 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 na 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 na, which is the beginning or the genesis of a human being. I wonder if that was done on purpose, or maybe if I'm reaching there, but. I kind of love Ren in I kind of love this in this setting here. It's because a lot of the crazy production was dumbed down a little bit. I kind of love just seeing him with a pretty simple beat, right? You got a beat and pretty simple, background melodies, which is just that those background vocals, and it's just him spitting poetry. It's him kind of talking from the heart, from the head, what's going on in his head, what's going on in his life, and putting it into words the only way he knows how, which is through verses, through through his his sort of poetic interpretation of God, those lights off my glasses are fucking awful. His sort of poetic interpretation of of just his sort of current events. And like I said before, like it's not a whole lot of progressive thought to like the getting better type of talk, or I remember when this type of talk. It's all just like you know things are kind of fucked right now. That's the way I kind of understood. I want to listen to it back just to because I for sure missed some stuff. But and again, I haven't seen this, heard it. I haven't seen any reactions to it. I have no idea what it was, what the purpose was, other than what that meant, to me, or sort of how I understood it. But always thought provoking with Ren. But I do love that element of it where I'm not fucking sweating to keep up with everything going on around me, like just a stimuli mind fuck, like half of the other shit that he does, where it's just really kind of hard to dissect like on first go, and then you go back and rewatch some of his stuff, which I've done, and I'm like, oh shit, I missed that. Oh shit, I missed that too. Oh shit, I missed that too. I'm like, oh, that's really cool how he did that. I missed that too. So, I mean, I probably missed a ton of shit, but anyways, that's my reaction, and I'm sticking to it. If you drop a comment down below. Anything older you want me to see by him, happy to do it. And thanks for joining me at nighttime. It's usually like early in the morning. I don't know if my brain's working any better or worse right now, or if my audio is. Maybe the dark, and since it's a little rainy outside, a little humid, maybe that helps out with the vocals. Maybe I sound like I could do like voiceover for a Disney movie right now. No, I don't. I cuss way too much. Fuck that. Anyways, yeah, and subscribe, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next. Peace.